Welcome to Pull the Pin Already War Room Edition. As usual, I'm your host, Tim. And once again, I can't find Mike. Dude, get it together, tough it up, and get back on the show.
Hey, stay down there, Mike.
Wow. Well, as you can tell, we've got Ryan back. Welcome, Ryan.
Hey, thank you.
And returning once again, I guess it's still Novak Chester Kane.
Haven't got it yet, no.
Well, that's interesting because one of our fellow vets, actually two of them, have recently had COVID. The one hasn't been on the show, but she's recovered fine, no problem. And the other one, he's going through it right now.
I've had it
So,
twice.
also his wife has it, and his daughter, who is fully vaccinated, has it. So, both of which work in schools, which
Well, they
may
should've
or
been
may not
wearing
have something to do with it. Huh?
They should have been wearing masks because masks work.
She's the only
Until-
one that's not going to wind up in the hospital. The other two will.
Right. No, I
Well,
don't
my
think he'll
parents
be.
are one of
I don't think he'll be in the hospital either because he's using the horse medicine they call it, right? You know, the stuff that doctors prescribed, the one that got the Nobel Peace Prize for
them. Oh, the ones that
Yeah.
Trump took that made him better.
the
too?
ivermectin, yeah. So,
Cool.
yeah, but we'll see. Either way, good luck to you. Hope he feels better. All right, you know the deal. Headlines right out of the media. Don't know if they're true or not. Don't know whether they're left leaning, right leaning. You can probably tell as you read it or see it, but we're going to talk about it. We're going to give you our opinions. You guys ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Record 100 ships waiting offshore with cargo at LA ports.
So, I'm going to jump in on that one. And I don't remember, it may have been on this show when y'all were talking about, had a buddy was telling him that there's enough truck drivers and that's a total bull crap. That's not the reason why. I find it hard to, it's hard to fathom, man. I mean, there's 100 ships sitting out there knowing they get paid by the load, not by the hour. I mean, I'm sure the people on the ship are getting paid by the hour, but the cargo companies get paid by the load. At some point, they're going to take that somewhere else and unload that shit. I mean, they're not going to sit there forever. But this is crazy.
I'm glad you brought that up because two things I've heard about that. Number one, California does have a trucking problem. The problem is not enough drivers. The problem is all those drivers were converted to employees and can no longer work for these things, so they're not allowed to work in California.
Oh, my God.
And I think Mr. DeSantis just said, bring your boats down to Florida. Our ports are open.
There you go.
Now, I don't know if it's worth the extra mileage, but if it is, that will make California even more sorry.
I think at this point, I mean, they've been sitting out there for how many weeks? Yeah, it'd probably be worth the mileage. There's enough oil in the water there to get them fuel to get back down there.
Well, that's what I wonder. If there's that many ships out there, and they're all anchored out, waiting to come into port or whatever they're saying, number one, they still have to run their generators to fucking get their electricity so they can survive on the ship. And don't you run out of fuel after a while, or are they electric and are they solar or some shit? How are they getting refueled? I mean, I don't.
I mean, that's
To dock a
great
boat?
point. It's valid. I mean, they're sitting out there just in the water. I mean, they've got to be running off something, man.
Well,
Yeah.
I was on a ship, and when we anchored out, yeah, we ran our generators. We had power the whole time, and it burned.
Maybe they have
fuel.
lights out.
Yeah.
Lights out for daytime hours and on.
Oh yeah, no, that's not how it works. But it's fucking. It just blows my mind because I mean, like, aren't these ships gonna run out of fuel and just be fucking stuck there? I mean, I don't. I guess I just don't get it. Number one, and number two, I just don't get it. And that goofy fucking lady, whatever you said her name was,
Peppermint Patty?
Peppermint Patty, she said it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't as bad as you're saying and what it's saying.
Isn't it crazy? Like, the people are coming through the southern border, no problem, but the goods are stuck at the port.
Right.
Maybe we should have the people come to the ports and bring the goods with them. Everybody carry a box.
Explain to me again why the Rio Grande was opened up. Wasn't that supposed to be a passing lane for vessels?
Yeah.
So why the hell are they sitting out there?
Well, I remember a while back when that whole thing got clogged up. Or no, that was the Panama Canal that got clogged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm not in the world of shipping. I know it's probably exciting in itself, but
I mean, they're saying it's so bad right now that next year's Christmas is going to be fucked. I mean, that's crazy, man.
Well, that's the good thing, though, Ryan. See, that's what's interesting. Remember, I was talking about the other episode that, people don't get it till it's in their backyard. We've said this all the time. So nobody gives a damn about things. And then all of a sudden they go to the grocery store or they go to find their kids a Christmas present and they're out of stock. You're just like, hey, there's nothing here. There's nothing. So now people start to get it. When they should have been paying attention a month or two ago, they might have been doing something to stop it. Now they're mad.
Yeah.
And who are they mad at? Who do they get mad at? They don't get mad at the people who created the problem. They get mad at the store or they get mad at something. You know what I mean? I can't expect people to be on top of everything, but people wake the hell up. Just wake up.
You made a good point, Ryan, about Christmas not having enough gifts.
Yeah.
Is that what Christmas is about? Is giving fucking gifts?
For my house.
Well, you know what? I hope that people wake up and realize that that's not really not what gifts are good and awesome for Christmas, but it's not what Christmas is about, anyways.
No,
I don't give a fuck about having gifts at Christmas. I want to enjoy Christmas with my family, and I don't care about gifts.
You and I can both agree on that, but trying to explain that to a 9-year-old that Santa didn't come, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, well, Santa's stuck out in the fucking ocean at the port, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she is.
Santa's sleigh is being converted to electric.
Yeah. All she's got to know is that she must have been real bad because Santa didn't bring her anything, and that's not a conversation I'm willing to have.
No, I get it.
If I go to their house and steal their presents, I will do it.
But what happens when they go to all electric? He's not going to be able to deliver it all on Christmas Eve.
Nope. Well, they'll have to turn the lights out in the city just to.
Santa is all on reindeer power, baby.
Oh, yeah. Right.
All right, we'll move to the next one.
He's got the Tesla solar system.
We're going way off track here. FBI raids D.C. home of Putin-allied Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska. I probably said that wrong, but
I don't know.
Does this mean anything to anybody?
I think it's awesome, but I don't know nothing about it. What did they find?
That was my question. What did they find? Did they find anything? What was the purpose of the raid?
This is very interesting, and it's not surprising that people know nothing about it. This is stuff that's been uncovered going back to the Trump PP tape and Christopher Steele. This is the whole Clinton operation undercovered with Soros and all that stuff. This guy apparently, I think, was a if I'm not confusing it wrong, I think this guy was a direct competitor of Soros. Remember back in the day where there was a list of people that the embassy couldn't charge over there in Ukraine? Remember all that Ukraine nonsense that popped up?
No.
Then all of a sudden, this guy was, I think, in competition with Soros to get the energy contract in Ukraine, and then he got targeted. Remember when Biden said, if you don't fire that guy was supposedly investigating the Soros people, the guy on Soros' side or something. So it's a whole bunch of corruption with Ukraine, and this guy has got contacts and connections. You're going to see this is all coming out. All of this is it's been out. I think there's even books that have been read about this whole thing, but it's starting to make more surface in the media. So, but what I heard today is they're actually trying to not go after people because of this. They're trying to shut him up so he doesn't rat other people.
Right. Obviously.
So they're not going to uncover anything, and people are going to go to jail for big conspiracies that they've been doing. They're just going to shut this guy up.
Gag orders.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, unless I got him opposite, I'm just going off what I remembered, which wasn't a lot. It's really deep stuff. It's deep, but it's really interesting. So, but anyways, so I didn't think that would mean much to a lot of people. I just figured I'd bring it up because Look for it. Look it up.
I saw it on the news. I just didn't. I mean, it didn't go much more detail other than this headline. You know.
Yeah, look it up, because when you start following the money and you start looking at all the players involved, you will see that the same names keep popping up all over on every conspiracy. Everything that, oh, that's just a conspiracy. Well, understand the same players are involved in all of it. So yes.
Is it Clinton?
Well, it goes back to Clinton. But me and Joe were talking about that with the $500,000 public speaking thing over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, in fact, that'll be a good transition into our next one. China's nuclear-capable hypersonic missile. How should America respond? So, this is what ties back to it. Clinton went over there to do that $500,000 public speaking event, which isn't a normal price for most people. That's a pretty high price. And apparently, that was during the time where that company, I can't remember the name of the company. Do you remember the name of the company?
Starts with an S.
There was a company that was started as a civilian company to get involved in things for the greater good or whatever. And the Clintons bought right into it, opened the door for them, and they're the ones that stole the technology from us to build these hypersonic missiles.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So all that's trying to be covered up. Unless it was intentional, it's covered up for that. Or if it's embarrassing, it's covered up for that. But a lot of this stems all from that stuff. It's all tied together, too. You'll see. So I've heard it before.
It's not that they're capable of the hypersonic missile. They launched one.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
They've launched it, and it's successful.
Right. And they got that from us.
As fuck. It's scary as fuck.
Like around the world and misses target, but like
yes, it goes up into the fucking atmosphere.
Yeah, it bypasses our missile systems.
It bypasses everything and can strike any little target it wants.
See, why did everybody finish his Reagan Star Wars, man? Jeez, we'd be covered right now.
And they're saying that we're still 2 years away from that technology, which makes no sense. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
But supposedly the Army's been working on it for years.
What Army? Army's trying to get transgenders and all that stuff in the military now. Right, they're not working on missile defense or anything. Exactly. They're working on diversity and inclusion right now. Pregnant uniforms and all that. That's all they're worried about.
Well, we're more worried about transgenders in the military now, too. Don't forget them.
And white rage.
White rage.
That's all they're worried about right now.
West Point's #1 topic.
Yeah. And you don't think this is real. I mean, you don't think this is serious.
Oh, I think it's very serious. I think it's a joke on our side that we do it, but it is very serious.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. Like, it won't be long. We will be the next Rome unless people wake the hell up.
We're already on track.
The fact of the matter is, I mean, so they're capable of doing it and they can do it. Are they really going to fucking shoot it and do us in? I
don't think so, because we're a cash cow for them.
Yeah,
we're not going to do it. It's all these stupid little fucking games, man. Nobody's going to do shit.
Right, but once they have the ability to do it, they have leverage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's leverage. It's just like a homeowner owning a gun. You ain't going to come in and rob him if you got the leverage.
I mean, so once they got the leverage, what they own more of our debt than anybody else, right?
Yeah, but if they come and collect it and we don't give it to them, what's that mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they want to come cash in, and we'd be like, nope, we don't have it. But we got a transgender studies program you can have.
You got what? You broke out.
We have a transgender studies program you can have, or a diversity program.
And we got our first 4-star transgender.
Oh. Yeah, we have a safe space you can go to, though.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, missiles. Oh, we ain't worried about those.
No. Look, a penis on a woman.
Right. Well, you can't call it a woman. You got to ask what it is.
That's true.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyways, so that's serious stuff that nobody's talking about. Oh, look at this. Great tie-in to our next one. MTV Awards show in Hungary to protest country's anti-LGBTQ laws.
Oh my God, dude. What the fuck is wrong with the country, man? Why is that our big care? The fuck do we care? North
I think
Korea
it's
just shot a
interesting.
fucking missile out of a fucking submarine. What do we care about fucking lake? Oh,
I think it's interesting that there's a country actually has anti-LGBT laws. Shows people in this country you got it pretty damn good.
yep.
They want it better though.
MTV Awards show in Hungary to protest. God, that's so horrible. That's how you got to protest it. Do the MTV Awards show there. Okay. Let's give them business. Protest those bastards. Here, take our money. We're going to bring our celebrities there. See if you have that law anymore. What a bunch of morons.
Now it's Ryan's turn.
We live in such a femme society now, man.
Yeah.
That's why I still beat my son. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I wish one of these veterans I've talked about, because I know a couple in mine, and Mike's talked about a couple in his. I wish one of these veterans that believes in all this crap would just come on here. You know what I mean? Just explain to me. Tell me your perspective of it that I'm not seeing. Just tell me. Like, I don't care who you sleep with. That's your damn bit. I never cared who you slept with, as long as it wasn't my wife. You know what I mean?
Oh, right.
You know, that's your business. Nobody cares. You want to do what you do.
Why is that such a more important story than some of the major scares out there in the world right now?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Sorry, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, here's another one to help you.
Oh, great.
12,000 Afghans now in U.S. with no identification whatsoever.
Awesome. Awesome.
So there's probably about 50,000, number one.
Good point.
Yeah.
And number two, then they'll be allowed to vote. Cool.
And probably 10% ISIS.
You know why? I mean, do you know why they don't have identifications? They can't find the DMV.
That's not true. They work there.
I'm surprised they weren't issued an ID when they crossed the border.
Right. No kidding, man. Jesus.
Like, all you guys got it. All you American citizens, you got to wait here. We're busy down here. Our printers are overtime down here.
And the question would be, what's your name? Habib. Do you identify as a male, female, or both? Because that's all we give a shit about.
Right.
And they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly, man.
We don't fucking play that bullshit.
Well, I
here.
identify as a goat. Jesus. Gotta love this country, man.
All right, ready? Ready to move on?
Yes.
Liz Cheney, Bannon refusal to cooperate suggests Trump was personally involved in planning January 6th.
Good. Good.
How do you draw that correlation? Like, how do you draw that and then not say all the other things about Joe Biden or Kamala Harris? Or, like, how do you do that?
Once
it's clear bias, right?
Once again, it just shows and reiterates what you're saying. That they're just a bunch of fucking bullshit hatred towards Trump, that all they're going to continue to do is focus on him. Just let it fucking go, for God's sakes.
Like, seriously, how many presidents in the past have been able to claim executive power and get away with it? Or executive privilege and get away with it?
Mm-hmm.
Why is Trump any fucking different?
Because they don't like him.
The big boy club, I guess? He wasn't part of
He
that.
wasn't in the club. Yep. They don't like him. He bucked the system. I mean, that's what I told you the last time we were on here recording. You know, anytime you tap into somebody's pocketbook, they're going to come back at you.
Yeah, that's true.
And as long as they got enough money in their pocketbook, which all these government morons do because they either spend our money or print money, so they got an endless bank of money to do whatever they want. They weaponize all the alphabet agencies to go after this guy. All because he was dipping in, about to take their bankroll.
That's crazy, man.
You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. You don't even have to be an intelligent human being to know that the people in power who have all this money and power were threatened by the existence of Trump. Because if any fool would look back in the past, the history of Donald Trump, they would know the racist thing wouldn't work, all the other crap wouldn't work, it wouldn't work. But somehow they just came out and told this lie, and they told it enough, they told it often, that people still believe good people on both sides really meant something that they thought they wanted you to mean. They still believe it. Even though the video's out there, you can watch it yourself and draw your own damn conclusion. But these ignorant, idiot people who want to see racism everywhere just buy into it. It's just stupid. It's just dumb.
Yep.
On a side note, my friend, I went to her house for a fire the other night. We've talked about politics, and she was talking about how glad she is Trump's out. I'm like, why? Because he was a fucking dictator.
Jesus.
And I was like, I looked at her. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right. Usually he made mandatory vaccines. He did all that stuff.
Right. And I'm like, I let it go. I'm like, oh, we're not talking politics because that it ain't happening. Not happening, man.
Yeah, I just tell you, the whole damn system's so corrupt, man. It's ridiculous. It drives me nuts. I can't stand politics anymore. I used to, when I was a kid, when I was in college, actually, I wanted to be a politician. That was my goal. I really did. I wanted to be Speaker of the House one day. I didn't care about president. I wanted to be Speaker of the House because I like power, and that's where the power is at. But reality is, man, it's so damn corrupt. I would never want to have that job anymore. I mean, look, what's the average salary for?
It doesn't matter what their salary is. They're so fucking corrupt that why do they all become millionaires by the time?
That's exactly what I'm getting at. Yeah, I mean, they're
it's a fucking joke.
Speaker of the House is under 200,000, just under 200,000. How the hell does Nancy Pelosi have a $5 million home?
Right.
Why is she worth fucking what 120 million or some crazy shit?
They estimated her to make 16 million last year. How does a public official make $16 million while in office?
You tell us.
There's a conflict of interest somewhere in there.
Yeah, where's the money coming from? Is it taxpayer dollars?
Her salary is I'm looking at it right now is $193,400. She got a $5 million home and made $16 million last year.
Yeah, where the fuck's it come from?
Exactly.
It makes no fucking sense.
That's why they're all up arms. Oh, we got to draw all the attention to the January 6th thing. We can't let everybody know how bad we're crooked.
There needs to be term limits, and during your term, you cannot make any endorsements or money deals or any connections during that.
There should be
like no fraternization
too.
Huh?
There's no reason. I said there should be a forced retirement age too. There's no reason that these people are, 90 years old still in office. I mean, Jesus criminy. At some point, you have to realize there's a potential for, like our president becoming senile.
He already is.
He's already got dementia.
I mean, that's ridiculous. They could run for office and be just freaking lost.
Did you guys see that video of Joe Biden at some event where people were all moving about, walking around, and he went and got on the microphone and started talking, but nobody was listening to him. They were just doing their thing, and his wife had to pull him away, saying like, "No, you're not speaking."
That wasn't the one where he was whispering, was it?
No.
He's got so many out there. It's fucking ridiculous.
And yet people don't care.
They don't care. They're blind.
You don't care. This is the man that represents you as long as the bad, mean tweeting guy was out.
But unfortunately, Sky News gets a hold of that shit and just rips us apart.
Good.
They're saying that we have some serious problems. They're saying that this guy should not be in office and stuff, and they're just ripping him off.
I agree with him.
So do I, but it's kind of funny. It's funny. It cracks me up because there's so many fucking morons out there that think he's fucking God. I don't get it.
It's ridiculous, man.
Yep, it is. So
you gotta be what? How old do you have to be run for president? You got to be 40-something, isn't it?
32, I thought, or 34.
Is it 32?
34,
it's in your 30s or something.
I mean, how come you have to wait till your 30s to run for president? But there's no limit on how old you can be. You got to be. You can't be. It's not like 32 to 62 or something like that. It's 32 to whatever the hell. Die in office. Have a good time.
But in all fairness, Ryan, they do have obviously fail-safe for that.
Yeah.
I mean, they do have a way to get somebody out if they think he's senile, and they can't do it yet because I don't think they have the plans to come in behind him.
I was going to say, I mean, we know he's senile, so what's the fail-safe? Because they're fucking missing the boat.
Well, right, but that's because the people that put him in there, I'm telling you, dude, it's a red herring.
It is, man.
He's going to take the fall for everything that they screw up.
The man has to wear adult diapers, I'm sure. So there's no other way. I mean, this
Yeah.
the man is just fucking senile.
And like I said, he's going to take the fall for everything they're screwing up right now. And then they're going to be able to go back to their Democrat Party or whoever they're pleasing and say, oh, it was Biden. We should have never put him in there.
Yeah.
When they're the ones making the decisions
That's
right now.
exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And
people are going to just lockstep be like, oh, yeah, get rid of Biden. Oh, yeah, he's the problem. He ain't running this country. He ain't making those decisions.
Hell no, he's not.
He ain't even answering questions because he can't answer off the cuff.
Nope.
So.
No, he can answer out the cuff. It just wouldn't make any damn sense.
Right.
What's going on in the Middle East? Cheeseburgers. I like cheeseburgers.
Ice cream.
Whataburger.
I know. I like kids. He used to sit on my lap and play with my leg hair. You remember that?
Oh yeah, the video with him all kissing those girls and stuff and sniffing on them and shit.
It's crazy,
It is crazy, man.
And people can see this, and still they don't mind a pedophile, a racist pedophile, lying, whatever. But then they don't want a mean tweeter because they call him a racist pedophile liar. Like, are you got two examples right next to each other, and you're telling me that you can see it in one and not the other, at the least?
Well, you've already said it though. Joe is already in with them in their little pocketbooks. Trump wasn't.
Yep. And Trump was about to cut their funding.
Yeah, no shit.
Yep. He's going to cut off that little teat, take him off the teat. Yep.
I don't even remember what the article was now.
I know.
What's
Let's go
that?
to the next one.
Oh, what we were talking about?
Yeah,
that was January 6th again.
Okay.
It was Trump being personally involved because they're going because Bannon won't come testify.
That's right.
It's just stupid. It's more garbage. But here, this will be more entertaining. Former Washington football team cheerleader believes the team owner was behind the Gruden email leak.
Okay.
So right off the bat, not surprising, right? Because if you're going to run and own a team called the Washington football team,
Right.
chances are your woke level is way above your salary or even intake from your revenue. So yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I don't think that would be shocking.
No.
But how does the team cheerleader know that?
That's what
I think because she was under the table when he was doing it.
No, you can't talk about that, Ryan. Women don't do that.
Transgender. It's okay for her to do that.
Women, or whatever she identifies, those don't do that.
Yeah.
It's only men who are misogynistic, patronistic, and they're the ones that take advantage of all that stuff. Women don't do that.
Sure.
So, yeah. That's a false perception you got there, Ryan.
Right. Well, she had to keep her job.
Well, she does have her job.
Yeah, well, I guess she does. You're right.
Unless they find out who she is now.
I don't know, man. I think it's funny that what was his name? Who was Randy Moss was out there crying about it. You know, oh,
I went off.
Lips.
I went off on that last time we recorded. I just couldn't. Oh yeah, you were there. Did you watch him?
No, I didn't.
Did you watch the video?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch the video.
Crying about some bullshit tweet.
Talk about soft ass cowards. Like, I don't care how big the dude is. He can probably show up at my house, punch down my door, beat me up, and I still call him a soft ass coward.
Well, you would until you start talking about his lips, then he start crying.
Right, exactly. That's how I stop him in his tracks. Too bad the defenses on other teams didn't know that.
Right, no shit.
You know, that would have been my number one tactic. Would have been like, hey, dude, did you see your lips? Ooh, and he'll fumble. You know, you pick it up and run like, ah.
And I may be completely off base because I really don't know what was said in there. I mean, I just know it was talking about his lips and he was crying about it. I don't know if it was a racist thing about his lips or if it was just saying something messed up about his lips. I have no idea, but
I think
it's something that happened.
It was not about his fucking lips.
What was it?
He called him loose lips.
That's what he called him, and that's what he cried about. Loose lips.
And that is a figment of speech where it means that you're fucking like
you can't keep a secret. You keep talking
right,
about
shit like that, or it was something of those lines. It wasn't like you got some fucking big lips, boy. It wasn't nothing like that. It called him loose lips.
Right. So to remind me again, by how is that racism or racist
Well,
for saying?
he called the refs a bunch of fucking faggots, and
Okay, that's not racist,
some
right?
owners a bunch of
No, but
fucking faggots and shit. He
Okay.
said, and then you guys are fucking loose lipped assholes. You fucking bunch of fucking faggots and shit like that.
it
And
was
that's what the
especially
email was like about. I did look at it and check it out, and it's like you're really gonna misconstrue someone saying you're fucking loose lipped as a fucking some racist fucking come the fuck on, man.
Right. And
Get
I
the
think I
fuck
heard
on.
somebody say, if we were to pull everybody's email accounts in the country, we would
In the
have
past
nobody
10
that met the
years?
standard.
we have what?
Nobody'd meet the standard that would pass whatever these people want.
Fuck no, everybody would be resigning.
I mean, they say he was racist, homophobic, and misogynistic. You know,
Yeah, he was
Misogynistic.
ranting about some referees and some horrible play calls and shit like that, and fucking the fact that there's supposed to be camaraderie in the locker room and people were fucking loose lipped about it and blah blah blah, and he was fucking pissed off. Whatever happened,
That's
I forgot.
it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
That's it. That makes it even worse because I thought he actually did
called,
was.
he called the refs a fucking pussy and a fucking faggot and shit like that, and it was, you know what?
Wow.
And yeah, so I mean, it's kind of a fucking joke because number one, you're in a fucking, I don't know.
you're in a hardcore
will-
sport to be worried about being
You
called.
and I
a faggot.
have a fucking conversation and we talk like that. That's between us. And
And I
just because
guarantee
you
this
piss
guy
me
grew up
off
in the
10
'80s,
years
personally,
later,
where everything bad was a faggot, right? I mean, everybody was a faggot in the '80s.
Right.
Oh, you faggot! You know, that was a common phrase back in
Ryan,
the '80s.
yeah,
right?
Ryan, you're like if I emailed Jim, and then Jim gets mad at me, and 10 years later he tells Ryan, "Oh, he said what you were saying was a fucking pussy move, and you're a fucking faggot for talking that way. You fucking loose lip prick or whatever." Come on,
I would be
fuck
pissed.
out of here. First of all, it should be null and void because it was 10 years fucking old.
Yeah, I mean, it's seriously, it's not even. Yeah, I wouldn't even consider that homophobic. Honestly, it's just something. Back in the day, it was a phrase. It was something people said. It wasn't something that was, "Oh, you're a faggot," meaning, "Oh yeah, you're gay."
And Gruden, yeah, exactly. And Gruden, I mean, Gruden could have been a little fucking pussy bitch and lied and said, "Oh, that email was fucking tampered with. I didn't really say that stuff." But Gruden was mad enough to say, "Yep, I'm wrong. Bye."
You know what's interesting? Because remember we talked about Dave Chappelle. I watched that special. He actually told another story about that. And the interesting part about it is I caught it, but I think most of the audience didn't catch it. He talked about back in the days, a slave was freed and even given land.
Yeah.
And what did he do? He went and bought him some slaves and made a profit. So the
Right.
point of the story he was getting at, and he even said it, but I don't think people in there got it. But he was getting at the point is this slave who was black himself bought black slaves because that's what you
Absolutely.
did to be successful.
But it did happen, yes.
But that was the formula to be successful. So you can't go back to those days and crucify everybody because they all were doing what it was to be successful. Just like you can't go back to our day and say, well, you can't say that. You said that, but back then it was acceptable.
Exactly.
It had its own meaning.
Right, absolutely.
So these morons of today who are trying to hold everybody to their standards of today from 50 years ago, they just don't get it.
Right.
And I hope 10, 20 years from now, they are crucified for what they did today. Well, no, I don't really wish that bad on anybody.
It's just,
But-
it's not, yeah, it's not fair to hold someone to what they said 10 years ago to standards of today, is what you're saying.
Right.
Right.
Even
Yeah,
20,
you
20 years
were
ago,
110% right.
Yep.
It's fucking ridiculous. It is fucked up because we've all, I don't care if you're white, black, yellow, red, we've all made some type of comment that's going to find someone very offended nowadays because we're all a bunch of, there's a lot of fucking pussies out there now, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Let me just say this real quick, Mike. I've never said any of those comments.
I'm saying
I don't care how
Mike
good
has
you
said
are.
racist shit, and fucking Jackie Chan said racist shit. Everybody said something. That fucking.
Well, you see, and that's the funny part. Like I told you, I grew up in Jersey, and most of my friends were black.
Right.
You know, and we had no problem talking back and forth to each other about racist stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was okay. It was cool. You know, that's the way we picked on each other, even in the military. You know what I mean? So, of course, you can look into my past and find some racist stuff, but that was, you know, it wasn't directed at people I didn't know. It was directed at people I knew.
Right. But
you know what I mean?
Are you accountable for what you said then? Now? The fuck out of here,
It's stupid. Man. It's just dumb.
There should be some fucking law that's, I don't know.
Well, it just shows you these people have no real sense of anything.
A bunch of fucking pussies is what they are.
Yeah, they were brought up with a silver spoon, lattes and whatever, you know, internet and lattes every day of the week.
Yeah.
They have no idea. They have no idea what struggle or hard work or anything is. None of it.
Yeah, it's annoying. All right, what's the next question?
Yeah, this is the last one. We're gonna have to go back to a lighter mode because
I got a pin I want to pull, so let's go.
Oh, all right, we'll let you. Okay, we'll do this. This is the last one here. Rare Pokemon Oreos are selling for thousands of dollars on eBay.
I bought one.
Did you really?
No.
Oh,
I bought a few packs of them, but I didn't know they were selling for that. Wow.
I'm surprised I even said Pokemon right. I usually call it Pokemon.
Anything pretty rare on the shelves nowadays? Couldn't you sell it?
No shit.
Pretty much anything for $1,000?
A rare bottle of Shell sold on eBay.
Yeah. A roll of toilet paper, whatever, man. Fuck. Cat food now, right?
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
I want to pay
First of all,
for a toy for Christmas.
That's another fucking thing that fries my fucking ass. You know there's supposedly some cat food shortage or something.
What?
Is it really?
Yeah, like there was something about you can only buy one can of cat food a day or some shit at one of the stores.
Oh, you said cat food. I thought you said caffeine.
Cat food. Yeah.
Oh.
And my question is, if the fucking shit's made in the United States, then there's not going to be a shortage because we can fucking make it and just fucking do it. And there's not going to be no damn shortage.
Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear here. If your cat will eat your food, then anything is cat food.
Well, I don't have a cat, so I don't give a fuck.
I mean, cats can eat like mice and bugs, so
right.
There's cat food everywhere.
Outside. Fuck it, frogs.
Exactly.
Dude, there's no joke about those Oreos, though, man. I'm looking online at them right now. There's a pack brand new going for $24,536.
I don't even know what the hell they are.
They're Oreo cookies with the Pokemon on the Oreo. The actual Oreo, you know, the black cookie part as a Pokemon on it.
A Pokemon Oreo, like an actual Oreo cookie, and it's going for thousands?
$24,000, man.
Who the hell would pay for that?
Some dumbass.
That fucking makes no sense.
Actually, yeah, I'm looking at it now. There it is. I mean, that's freaking crazy.
Who's trying to even get a pack of those to begin with? And then to be able to sell it. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Shit, I would have eaten the damn thing. I don't care. How do you? It's an Oreo.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'd had to sell them used because I'd be like dipping them in milk, and somebody said, "Oh, you know that gets that." I was like, "Oh, okay." Put it back in the pack and glue it.
So that's more than $1,000 a fucking cookie there.
A rare pile of poo that has Pokemon Oreo in it is that'd be my freaking thing.
You know, now you're talking about that. We did see I don't know if it was a documentary, but did you guys ever know the history of the Oreo and Hydrox?
No.
Oh, you should really look at that. The Oreo, I think the guy that created the Oreos used to work with the guy who made the Hydrox cookie. And they had a falling out. He literally stole everything from Hydrox. Look at the cookies. They're almost identical, except he marketed better, and now we have Oreos instead of Hydrox.
Really?
Oh, check out the documentary. It's pretty impressive.
They shouldn't have them anyways because it's racist.
Right.
Huh.
Two blacks on white? I mean, that's fucked up, man. It's racist, bro.
They're not. Are they black or they're brown? Like, are they dark
No, they're
brown?
black.
I'm colorblind, so I don't know.
I don't know.
That was a
Well,
joke. That was a joke we made when we were kids.
Well, yeah, me and
We'd sandwich somebody and we'd say, "Oh, Oreo cookie, blah blah blah," or whatever. And
double stuff is a fair fight.
now it's like, now Canada has cookies that are like Oreos called Fudgios, and those are fucking delicious, man. So
Yeah.
if there's ever a Canadian viewer that watches this, Fudgios are the fucking shit, boy. They're
Right.
so delicious with coffee. Oh my god.
All right, you got to pull the pin.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull a pin on. I was watching the Bills game last week. You know, I really didn't think about shit, but then the crowd starts going, "Oh, how come people are? How come that's not an insensitive fucking deal?
No shit.
Why is Kansas City Chiefs still called Kansas City Chiefs?
Because they ain't
Isn't
woke
that
enough.
like? I mean, isn't that the same thing as a fucking Redskin? Or the chief is a higher leader, so the Redskins were below it. I don't know and I am a little bit Indian, so I mean I should know a little more history on it. But
Well, dude, you saw the people come out when they started doing all this woke name changing stuff. It was actually a tribute. All these Indian names were tributes
I know that
to the most original. Like one of
understand
the
that.
teams had the original guy had an Indian guy on there.
it was an honor to have that.
Yes.
I
So
understand
these woke idiots are destroying people's legacies
But why
that were
but-
honoring these people.
But how do the Chiefs get away with it? Cleveland Indians aren't the Cleveland Indians next year. They're the fucking like Cleveland Gladiators or some fucking dumb fucking name.
Cleveland, they're not the Cleveland baseball team.
No, they're the Cleveland Gladiators or some dumb shit.
Surprised they haven't changed the Atlanta Braves.
I know. I don't. Why are they? Why are
Dude,
these other?
There are cities, things, all these towns, all named after Indians and things like that.
Yeah, they're
So you got a whole lot of things to rename.
Where I come from, just all the lakes are named after Indian tribes and shit, and
Mhm.
rivers are named after Indian tribes. There's all kinds of Indian where I'm from, and nobody's offended. They're honored by the fact that we honored something with their tribal name or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, for real though. I mean, like, how the Kansas City Chiefs get away with it, but and the Braves for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Washington football team, that's fucking stupid.
Well, it is stupid.
Cleveland Indians can't be the Indians anymore. They're the Cleveland Gladiators or some shit, I think. Just a lot of shit. It blows my mind. To me, there's still a lot of double standards out there because I don't think that they should be the Chiefs number one. And I know that I don't remember where it was, but they were doing that tomahawk chop, and people were
The Braves, man. The Braves are running for the National League Championship right now.
Oh, I know. It's crazy.
That's our big motto: is the tomahawk chop. So it's probably
Well,
Right.
just think about it. Like, you just have to think about it. Just ask these people why there's a problem with it. And if they say it offends me, well, does it offend you? Because there's so many people out in this world trying to be offended for other people.
yes.
Like, literally ask the people that it should be offensive to. And if they have a
Right.
problem with it, they don't get to speak for all of them, but take a poll. Hey, do you want to change the name? If people say no, then okay.
But if you
So-
ask a layperson, if you ask them, why does it offend you? They're not going to give you an educated answer anyways.
No, because they probably don't even know.
Give you some stupid fucking answer because it's just because.
It's just like we got Halloween coming up, and the whole appropriation thing. Like, are you serious? Like, are you kidding me? Look back in the history of time, and people dressed up as other people all the time. They didn't
Right.
appropriate anything. That's what they do. They just dressed up. Like, and some people took it as an honor. Isn't that the best thing? Flattery, whatever. What do they call that? What's that saying
Right.
they say?
It's flattery.
Imitation is the best
Imitation or
flattery or
something.
something.
but it's okay to be a pirate or anything like that. But
Right. Because pirates weren't from any what? What were pirates? Were they from a region or something?
They were tyrants, man. They killed whoever and whenever, did whatever the fuck they wanted.
But they weren't a
Commandeered
race or
ships and all that shit.
they weren't a race or gender or something we could be upset
Right.
about.
Oh, that's true. They're not really. Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I get some of these team names like back in the day, the Negro Leagues had the Birmingham Black Baboons or something like that. Yeah, okay, that's racist. Gotcha.
The Negro League's racist in its of itself.
Oh yeah,
so.
completely. I mean, that's you're right on that too. But I mean, just some of the names like those I can get rid of. But when you're talking about a Redskins or something like that, what the hell's the problem with it?
I don't know, but that's just my pull of the pin because I just when I saw, to me it's double standards because when I saw the whole stadium doing the tomahawk chop, I'm like, where the fuck are all these tree hugging fucking assholes at that aren't freaking out thinking this is
The same people, the same place where all the feminist Nazis are when their men are playing women's sports. They ain't saying a damn thing.
yeah,
They
they're all
ain't got nothing to
fucking
do with it.
Portland, Oregon, having fucking orgies and shit.
Yeah,
I actually
they
had
got
to look
nothing
that
to
up
do
on
with
the
it.
Negro Leagues because I couldn't remember. I thought there was one that was called the Darkies or something like that, and I was like, man, they were all such racist names back then. And I get changing those kind of names, but changing the name of a Native American, and it's not even calling out a tribe or a person or anything. It's the Redskins. Well, okay, how is that bad?
I'd even be curious too, just to see how those teams got their names. How do you know that the people on the team didn't say, "Hey, let's be the Blackskins"?
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, if they chose it, who are you mad at?
That
Like,
is
I have
true.
no problem with them changing names. Like, if they don't want to do Indians, that's your business. You can change the name anytime you want. I mean, teams do it all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to come out acting like it's some sort of racist thing that I assume white people did, so they have to do it because it's racist and oppression and, that's the problem. Change the damn name. Who cares?
Right.
Stop accusing people. You don't even know where the name came from.
Change it because you want to change it, but don't fucking change it because it's a bunch of fucking freaks that have no clue what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, it's even like I said to the point. It's people trying to defend other people who aren't asking you to defend them.
That's true. I'm sorry. I'm looking at some of these names. The Atlanta Black Crackers. That was one of the teams, man. It's like, that's awesome.
I want one of their jerseys.
I would too, honestly. That's great, man. And then there was the New York Black Yankees.
What the fuck? That's
The,
weird.
the Black Sox were
Yeah, like Jim and I are into hockey. I'm probably in more hockey than Jim is, but there's other hockey leagues out there. There's junior leagues,
Mhm.
and there's a huge one in Canada. It's called the Canadian Hockey League, and there's 3 separate entities. There's the Western League, the Ontario League, and the Quebec League. The Western League has one team called the Red Deer Rebels. They have Shawinigan Cataracts, which are Indians.
Okay.
And there's some more, but whatever. It's just crazy how certain teams get away with shit and then certain teams don't. And it's like, what the fuck?
That's true.
I shouldn't even say get away with it because certain teams, the freaks haven't fucking seen yet that would get offended by it. My old high school was called the Red Raiders, and we had an Indian dude as our our mascot. And it was because the history behind it is because the Indians were looked at and up there as brave people that would endure a battle and fight to the death, and that was kind of
Right. It just shows you how ignorant people are. They don't even know the history. They don't know anything where it came. They don't know anything. They're just saying, "Oh, that offends me. That offends me. That offends me." It's just dumb. But we got to move this. We got to wrap this up.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for showing up again. Appreciate you. Thanks for getting involved. I hope you guys out there watching enjoyed it. Hope you guys get involved. Kim, get in on the conversation. Go to the website, pullthepinready.com. Contact us. Leave a comment. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a rumble. YouTube's probably going to fall off the planet here because they're not going to like anything we say or do eventually. So subscribe on Rumble and support us if you can. And until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.